Good afternoon, evening, whatever it is for you, in your neck of the woods, which probably isn't even like woods. No, it's probably not woods, so neck of the woods may be misleading. Guild Wars 2, obviously. I am trying to get the meta done once today, and then in about 32 minutes we've got the convergence, the daily convergence. Every 3 hours they run. Damn it, where's the cursor? Thank you. And good evening to those of you who've joined me. It's the beginning of the week, so I've got to make sure I get in the convergences. I want to eventually get the open world legendary armor, and that's going to take a lot of materials. And the best way to get these as of now is a convergence. Convergence in a half an hour or less will give me as much as I could get in probably 6 or 8 hours of just farming them. Delicious. I am now carrying a beacon's flame. You can see the little sparkly thing on the top of my head there on my mount. And basically you've got 30 seconds to refresh it or turn it in, and so I'll refresh it up here. As we, the player base, have essentially come up with an optimal path. And I didn't quite have enough oomph for that. Which is one refresh there. There's like, initially everyone was using like 5 of them, and they run out, so sometimes you'd have to give up your charge to recharge one of the intermediate beacons. But basically the player base has discovered that we can make do with just one. And there's a bunch of us around. So just one more person, I think, dropping it in. One more and we'll have all that we need. Yeah, there it is. Now everyone's working on this champion, and we've got a 90-second countdown. And we've got one more little event to do right here. When that finishes up, the meta begins. And that just, the last meta fight takes maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And that gives us a decent amount of materials as well. That was bad. I don't know what it was that hit me. Nobody wanted to throw me the hill. Oh, there we go.
Need some healing here.
Oh, I was healing somebody. Okay, alright, we're all running around. We got another 29 seconds. Then we have to grab a bunch of charges and stick them in the northern beacon. That'll take like 20 seconds, and then we're off. I will be getting to leveling up one of my characters after we do the meta. No, sorry, not the meta, the convergence. Because that's really, really important for getting up the materials I need. These kinds of materials here. I already have 1,000 in the bank, 2,000, 3,000, almost 4,000. I have almost 1,500 of these, and I have probably 500 of the next tier above those. And we need enormous amounts. to make legendary
Show
stuff.
the loyalists they are misguided. Persuade them with death and bring their essence to John's
Sweet,
beacon.
sweet loot.
Give me some residue. I have some emotional residue. And there are chests that drop it. The mobs drop it when you kill them. Everybody can grab it. Everyone is grabbing it. We're all just grabbing as much residue as we can. And we've already filled up the chest. In a minute, it'll be on
Time to do
to
some real damage.
knocking down the last of the barrier and then facing Hator.
What have you done?
Hit a bug on that fight last night. At various times, maybe like 8-10 times during the fight, everyone will have to hide behind one of two large rock outcroppings that will be shattered. He fires off a blow that kills everybody except the people who are hiding behind those two things. And half of the party, 20-25 people, was hiding behind one of them, and it vanished about 2 seconds before he kaboomed. He kaboomed, and half the party was instantly dead, including yours truly.
Ava, the northern beacon stands ready. You wait your orders.
I have seen that malfunction twice now, where successful hiding became unsuccessful hiding unexpectedly. That one and one other time where everyone was behind it. It did not vanish. It got blown up by the explosion, and we still all died. No idea what the hell that one was. Whoops. I overran. There's the... No. God. There's the shield. We're going to knock that down
Damaged. Converge on the gate.
and fight Hator. And 26 minutes before? Yeah, we should make it easily. And then we've got the convergence at the bottom of the hour. And I wouldn't do it during stream because it takes about a half an hour. But it's only offered every 3 hours, so realistically, the rollover was 5 minutes ago. So it's either 5:30, 8:30, or 11:30, realistically, for me. Alright, and we're beginning to defend a couple of NPCs as they tear down the last bit of the gate here. And there we go, that's how we're done. And then we'll blast down the door on the other side of the gate.
I will hold the barrier down. Keep Hagar's forces
And then we fight
apart.
here.
Volcano.
Ow. Ow. Time to get out of the way of the people lining me up.
Nature defends me.
Jerks. Ha! I leap in amongst them. They think they have the better of me, but they were wrong. Big sales on
Area looks clear.
Guild Wars 2 expansions.
Still.
Big. Biggest sales we've ever seen on everything, I think. On all of the expansions, except this one. Secrets of the Obscure is not on sale yet. Which isn't surprising, it's only been out for 4 months.
Not mine. All mine.
No. 8 months now. February. But like the first 2 expansions, which normally sells for $30, is on sale for $7.50.
Blade, sharp mind.
Heart of Thorns, Path of Fire combo.
Impressive combination.
The big entire game except Soto pack, which includes this Living World Seasons, is $50 instead of $100. Lots and lots and lots and lots of sales. Oh, Hater's Gate is up. Allow me to get on my turtle and start slamming. Also, we have a buff up there. New hero jumpstart boost. Not just for new players, but 50% experience, all sources. 30% magic find. 30% World v World reward track progress and PvP reward track progress. So now is a really good time to return to or start playing Guild Wars 2. I can fly!
What the terrorings left on our doorstep. Rumor had it you left the realm, lurking in your brother's shadow. A shadow with your thorns now protruding from its back, I'm told.
Last night, the Convergence, which I've seen take as long as 35 minutes, took us 21. Whoever was in that group, and I can't include myself while I was in the group, but whoever's in the group who knew what they were doing, they were kicking the living shit out of stuff. Holy crap.
You are right to fear.
The actual time from the start of the actual, once you get in and you go through the opening, waiting for everyone to say I'm here, was under 20 minutes. Most of the time, it's 28. So we start here at 5:09.
I'm neither here nor there.
Alright, oops. One of the these are the stone pillars you get behind. I will also throw my
Fret not, I am with you.
I can fight again. Sharp
my
blade,
mech's
sharp
shield up to protect a few of us from any extraneous damage.
You
structural
betray
integrity
our
compromised.
hate or betrays our people. Consumes.
Blade straw pump, sharp blade, sharp mind. Maybe I was the original alone.
And here we go.
Not on my
You can always see it, tell a new player,
I'll be right.
like those two, on account of they die.
Sharp blade, sharp mind.
Sanity is but a mirage.
Sanity is but a mirage. Okay. I don't think I necessarily agree with that sentiment, but sure.
To impress a blind
Oh, and last night when we beat the Convergence, not only was it the fastest I've ever seen it done by far, it was against the much, much tougher boss. There are
I
two
could outrun
bosses
a
that can
centaur.
spawn there. The Demon Knight, it was pretty straightforward tank and spank. And Sorrow. We got Sorrow. Sorrow is a pain in the ass, and still
Don't get
under
burned.
20 minutes. Clearly I inspired everyone.
I like it.
torment beckons. Find safety behind me.
You are all weaklings.
This does get dangerous a little bit later when he starts dropping fiery patches, as he will
Not my
frequently
friends.
drop them behind the
Sharp blade,
stone
sharp
plinths.
mind. 1,000 cuts.
By my will.
You'll have to hit much harder. Healing you're finished. Lethal combination.
Actually making good time on him.
Need help here.
It's a pretty straightforward fight, at least as far as the primary mechanics go. The floor goes orange, hide behind the
Barrier
rock.
up. Good luck. Your soul is mine. You're in my sight.
And we got caught in one of the fire patches that time. If two of the patches drop behind you, you can die real fast, quick as you, real quick, or you got nowhere to go. So you're stuck in the middle of two flaming patches, and you can't roll out of it because then you'll get hit by this big earth-shattering kaboom.
1,000 storms.
There's one of the fire patches there. And push the button. That's why I roll out. It's a lot of times. There's also a big damage spike behind it afterwards. Not sure what the damage source is there. Whoops. It's down to 20%. Nice. What I have discovered in doing this a lot is the real key is to just make sure you know where your rock is that you're going to hide behind. And if so, make sure you're close enough that you won't have trouble getting behind. I have a spot head to which one I'll be behind. It's the one with all the dead bodies behind. Whoops, that's bad.
A swirling gust. I feel good.
Down to 1%. Just finish him, guys. Just finish him. Oh. I guess he took off with 1%. What a jerk.
They'll have to hit much harder.
And yeah, he ran away with 1%. What a jerk.
Another.
5 minutes. That's the fastest I've ever seen Hator go down to.
Sweet smelling flute.
We've got a new Magi Skyforged short bow. That's one I don't have. Nice. We will unlock the skin. That's 14 out of 16 on those. 2 more to go. Salvage it.
Begin destruction protocol.
I got no ectos out of it. No orbs of ectoplasm or globs of ectoplasm, actually. Okay, we pop back to the Wizard's Tower. I took care of my dailies before I started streaming, so I don't have to worry about those tonight.
All shiny.
All shiny. Sell that on the auction house. With 4 copper difference between the offer price and the ask price, that's an item that is sold in enough volume that it is pretty much equalized. Pardon me. Last night, I think it was, I managed to acquire a nifty little goodie. We'll sell that. Yes, I know. Sell that and those 2. We finished out the collection of the newer weapons, the Syrinx weapons, and got a stat selectable try that again. Cool looking cloak. It's sort of looks organic with tissuey and gooey looking. It's not for this character, but I'm gonna go crazy on a necro with that stuff. Definitely. And the Syrinx weapons all look like they're made out of tissue and spines as well. So if we look up the Syrinx weapons, which we finished off, and we, as an example, the staff. Oh, they won't let you. Won't let me show it from there. Damn it. Let's see. What we do wardrobe, and we select, say, the rifle. And there's what the rifle looks like. Let's draw that. Okay, how about we go with the pistols then? Oh, that's a mace. Okay. And you can see it looks very tissuey. Is that a word? Yeah. Looks like flesh and spines. Thorns. So that and the Oneros spun cape and maybe some of the Oneros spun armor, which I can show you as well, will make pretty good attire, I think, for a Necro. And this is the vendor for the Oneros spun stuff. You've got the Astral Ward stuff, which is pretty cool looking in itself. Don't know why that doesn't always work. There we go. The coat didn't get previewed for whatever reason. There we go. So that's a nice looking set. The Oneros spun, I can't say it's nice looking. It's organic looking. Looks a little bit like a much spikier and less sort of plant-based organic than the Sylvari cultural clothing. And so with tissue type colorations, that would look, I think, quite creepy indeed. So I look forward to the not too awful distant future having a necromancer nicely kitted out in what looks like clothing and armor and weapons.
Time to do some real damage.
Made out of tissue. Is that so wrong? Maybe a little. We've got 10 minutes for the convergence. I got this as a drop from, I think, my first convergence, an Ascended Focus. I'm not actually a big fan of the cosmetics on this set. It's the Rabid Skyscale. If the Skyscale looked a little bit less Saturday cartoony and a little bit more rabid, I might have a different opinion. But frankly, it looks like a Saturday morning cartoon. That same evening, I got a second drop from Dragon Storm. And that is the quite cool. Haha, cool, because it's all cold and stuff. I didn't mean that joke. Two-handed sword. The Frost Saw. I've got these other three from finishing Achieves. I'm 3 out of 5 on the Achieves. The two-hand sword, which appears translucent and shimmering on your back, and then when you wield it, it comes into clear focus. So, sword. Wielded. The Eternal Blade, which is an actual, completely translucent blade. That would look really nice dual-wielded. And then an OK torch. It's perfectly fine. Nothing great. The other two things I need. This one, I have to complete the strike mission. I'm playing with other people. Don't want to. Which is a nice bow. Nothing spectacular, but nice. And then this, I have to do a bunch of stuff in ore to finish that out. And I definitely don't want to stream that. Again, a perfectly nice but not very impressive staff. And getting all of them gains me another really nice cloak. That's just a very cool cloak skin, and I'm sure it dyes up brilliantly well. Let's swap our weapons. Back to our rifle. Precious Golem, that is an acceptable name for someone to name their mech. Not Golem, Golem. Options. Remove the player names. And there's another one called Master Zircon. There's mine, Dave the Murderbot. Lovatron. Black Lion Delivery Agent. Oh, that's a Black Lion Delivery Agent. A Jade Mech that is unnamed. That is just, that's a hate crime. That's anti-cybernetic prejudice. That one's named Twink. Now here's a person with an actual living creature pet named Buster. There's Bear. There's another named Rocky Ruin. Juvenile Boar. People, please, please. For the sake of all that is holy and unholy, name your pets if you can. Seeing Jade Mech CJ-1 is just disappointing. But seeing, let's say, trying to see this one.
They'll have to hit much harder.
Bang Your Head as a name for one of the critters that charges, has a charge attack. Or Buster for a bear. Or Spike for one of the floaty tree dudes from Path of Fire. That warms my heart. Seeing Juvenile Boar makes me want to throw up. Guild banner, I'll take that. And also move over here and drop delectable birthday cake. All kinds of sales on Guild Wars 2 today, and also some sales in the store as well. I'm not sure if those start today or not. I think there was one sale that doesn't start until the 25th. That one might include keys. Discounts. Heart of Thorns Deluxe upgrade. 600. An additional character slot, which normally sells for more than 600. They sell for 1,000, I think. Glider skin, a mini, a finisher, and guild decorations. If anyone didn't have, who had Heart of Thorns but didn't have the deluxe, it's worth buying because it's a 600 gem character slot. Shared inventory slots, 20% off. Mount packs and licenses. The Sanctuary passkeys are up. Mistlock Sanctuary, I may want to have to get that on the alt account. I think I can cash in like 120 gold, something like that, for the other 400 gems I need and get the Mistlock Sanctuary. It's such a great quality of life there. There are two things that quality of life is just amazing, and that's one of them. The other is the copper-fed salvage-o-matic is amazing. Those two things are just freaking great. Pardon the yawn. Wow. a new skiff skin. Not excited. I already have like 3 skiffs. I'm not sold on skiffs as being a worthwhile mastery or really addition to the game. That combo platter of fishing and skiffs, I guess they thought was a good idea. I don't think it added much to the game. We're about 2 minutes away from the convergence. And that will be busy. Won't have enormous amounts of time to talk. Lots of running around. Lots of killing. When we finish that up, after we go through our loot, I'll be swapping over to one of my low-level alts. I get to work on leveling them with the 50% XP bonus. Right there, 50% XP gain from all sources, 30% magic find, 30% World v World and PvP reward track progress. And that's for 2 weeks, I think. And if a character does 5 events in one of the starting zones, they get a once per account. They can get a leveling weapon, a weapon that levels up with your character. I assume, but don't know, I can get a second one. They say once per account, but the last one was a couple of years ago. My assumption was once per account per time they offer it. We'll see. Whoop. Grab the buffs, buffs, buffs. Buffs, buffs, buffs. And we're off. This is Jerry. This is Mel. Just a couple of guys from the office, you know. We have Snugglebot. Heckin' Chicken, I'm assuming, is actually a critter. It is. It's a big bird, unsurprisingly. Juvenile Bristleback. Oh, stop. Stop. The bot name is Bot. Perfectly fine with that. Bishop Mark V. Perfectly good. Peas. The Cooler. Rufus. Weed. That's another of the floaty bush critters. Tony. The tiger, obviously. Yep, yep. And Juvenile Bristleback just makes me so sad. Jade Mech CJ1. Sad. Come on, guys. Thanks for buffs and grub. Let's see, we'll grab the Coq au vin and the anniversary banner. Coq au vin.
Portal in as soon as we lost track of your astral fluctuation.
Ready to rock and roll.
Focus on maintaining our tether to Tyria. The nearest waypoint is a little out of range, so reviving will be a challenge. Luckily, Mabog taught me a few tricks. Resurrection cells take a lot of magic. The best source of that here is going to be the essence that Eparch's grunts drop. Bring that essence to me, and I'll do the rest.
Grunt essence. That just sounds dirty. The Cooler Lex. Another robot. Let's give out a bunch of shields to people. Grab some yummy Cryptus essence.
Feel the fury.
Heavy Metal Thunder.
A little hard to concentrate with catapults lobbing stones at my face. Deal with them. You see.
Working on it. Dead guy. Rezzed him. What can I say? I'm a nice guy. Touch and go on that. There we go. Ground, grab up a bunch more essence. You can have up to 50 essence at once, but it reduces your maximum health and increases the damage you do. As well as healing Zojja and buffing up her ability to res everybody.
I can feel the demonic essence in those high cryptids. Take them down, and I can throw that power back in their face. Collect enough, and I might even be able to cast some additional protections. Be careful, though.
Time to do some real damage.
Range your life. Plus, there is that whole possession thing to worry about.
Alright, we've taken care of the catapults, at least for now. Now we got a couple of bosses who need killing. They need some serious killing. In my case, I'm probably going to die, because I've got carrying 35 out of a possible 50 essence, and I'm down to about a third of my health. I'm sure I tag him, and come over here, and we'll try to tag him.
Feel the fury.
Oops! That's why we've got to be careful, because we are very low on hit points. So I'm going to hit Zojja, and whoops, did I give Zojja all of my essence juice? She's got it now.
Lethal combination. I like it.
I hope everybody's Tuesday is going all right. One more day, and at least for most of the American viewers, we get Thanksgiving off, and hopefully Friday as well, and the weekend to boot, a 4-day weekend. My memory of 4-day weekends was yes, please.
Smash 'em. Never give up.
Reviving our fallen.
But for years, I had to work on Thanksgiving. Triple time made it a lot less painful, I gotta say.
Replenishing. That's how I do it.
But for years, I worked a Sunday through Thursday schedule.
History is mine.
I feel good.
More high cryptids.
Those.
Damn it, Epark. Spread out to defeat them. Maybe
I'm
we
going
can
to.
burrow
We're going to
whatever
spread out to
twists
defeat them.
strings.
So there are 4 different islands, so as they're described. I'm not sure why they're called islands. They're not really islands. And on each of them are 5
Replenishing.
champion level bosses. After you beat all 5 of them,
No
the general will spawn. So you've got to defeat 5 and then 1 in all 4 locations, and that brings out the big boss. We hope the big boss is the Demon Knight, because he's way, way, way easier than the alternative, which is a great big flying critter named Sorrow, who's really miserable to fight against. Yet, despite the fact that she's way, way tougher, the group last night got her in record time,
Swirl like sand.
which pretty much amazed me how fast. That went about as well as I could conceivably imagine that fight going. Because that fight is not fun. It sucks. She's got so much crowd control she hits you with.
Time to fight. Smash him.
What did I hit? Is there actually a...
Time to do some real damage.
There is a skyscape launcher there. I didn't even see it. I was trying to launch onto him for damage purposes, and instead found myself 50 meters up in the air. There are a couple of these champion high cryptus lieutenants that are located in particularly unpleasant places. This one's pretty annoying. A lot of broken ground around. Whoops. How am I doing on charges? I'm all charged up with charges. Pretty close. Well, I got the boost again. Let's go ahead and use it this time. We'll drop off a bunch of my charges on Zosha. She doesn't need them right now. Well, I need to get rid of them, because I have so many that they're likely to kill me. And I don't want to die. I'm too young to die. Nobody's too young to die. This one's a real pain in the joint, too. The side of a mountain. There's another one up there. Up above us, that's the worst. I figure a lot of players just see the last one is up there and they decide to go off to one of the other islands and finish off that fight, because it's got to be easier than trying to get up there.
And you thought I was weak.
Resing the dude, we got him rezzed. Sweet, sweet essence. And while we're all running around in probably 4 batches, there's another group of players keeping Zosha alive, protecting her from batch after batch of charging, exploding mobs, and keeping her topped off for healing purposes. And I am enjoying adult leisure beverages tonight. I have earned them. I've hit it. I have been losing weight for quite a while now. I hit another one of my target weights, and the best way, of course, to celebrate losing some weight is to blow your diet, gain a few pounds back, and then get back on the diet. So, that's tradition around here. Emotional baggage completed. And is it the one up there? No. I guess we're waiting. That was all 5. We didn't get the one up way up in the air. We're now waiting for the spawn. No. Lieutenant's defeated it. He's got to be the one up above. Got to be. Just no one knows to go there. Because no one spotted it yet, and I have to be the one to spot it. There's somebody else is up there now. Alright, touch and go. We now should be able to get up there and say hello. This one is Such a
replenishing.
pain. Whoop, that's not good at all.
Hold it together. Ready. Mow him down.
I'm bleeding.
Yeah, and I'm also on fire, and yet evidently bleeding's the one that's important to me. This guy and this broken terrain, they're just so awful to fight on. And the fact that he's up in the middle of nowhere to get to. Holy crap. I cannot carry more essence. Oh, and I'm full on essence. Well, my DPS is as high as it's going to get. Hopefully it doesn't kill me.
Firing main cannon.
Okay, I think the knockdown effect doesn't follow the terrain, so I can just stay down here and not worry about the knockdown.
Rocket punch. I wield great wisdom.
I don't feel great with it, actually. Yeah, it looks like it completely misses me. How unfortunate. The incarnation of cruelty has decided he wants to beat up on me. Okay, now he's moved off.
Mow him down. Give up yet?
Got him. Alright, and that should leave us with the boss next. I will head towards Zoja, who is showing a little bit of damage right now. And I'm full, so I should fill that up. Here you are, Zoja. Yep, that healed her completely. I will run to the Skyscale launcher and head over in this direction where the boss for the island we've been working is up. The High Cryptus General.
Time to do some real damage. Stand your ground.
Okay. My understanding is guys with the green splodies want to stand together. And that it is a soak mechanic. A lot of soak mechanicing going on in the Race to World First in WoW right now. A soak is basically where you stack up a bunch of people to split up a damage source. Alright, we got the first general. No, we got the second general. Someone else got the first general. So, pretty good time, I think. Seems like. We've got a general over here. There he is. Nope, he's a lieutenant. But this will be the last of the lieutenants for this. And then we get the general over here. So, hit me hard. Didn't like it.
Patch you up.
Not a fan of taking damage, generally speaking. It's not great. And CC him again, everyone. I hit him with 2 big CCs.
Knowledge is power.
Energy. Mix. Focus. Concentration.
Total concentration. Whoops. Let this be a lesson to you. Never stand in the poop. Everyone else says don't stand in the fire. It's not always fire, but it's always poop.
History is mine.
Oh, there's another lieutenant.
See things.
Battle in battle.
Oh, islands cleared 3 out of 4. That was what I was missing. 3 out of 5. of the lieutenants. Whoops, I hate those rotating things. They suck.
Ignite and flame. Burn.
Smash him!
I cannot carry any more essence again.
Capacity exceeded.
I am living quite dangerously. Frequently at maximum essence. But hey,
I wield great wisdom.
I'm a glass cannon. Oop. I put the emphasis on cannon because I'm an engineer. Big guns. They go boom. We've got another, what, weekly completed? Yeah, another weekly completed, and it is defeat 10 champion rank enemies. Sure, I'll take that.
Rocket punch!
I did not, in fact, rocket punch him. Another one bites the dust. I don't need to pick up any of the stuff because I'm already at maximum essence. We will again drop it off on Zoja. One last general to be defeated. And then it's the boss, and we hope it is the Demon Knight and not Sorrow. Champion is melting. I got there. They needed my help, so I got there just in time to deliver the coup de grace.
Temperature normalized. Need healing. Seriously. You can't
Wait, I thought he was dead. Oh, he must have been the lieutenant. Now we've got the general.
Rocket punch!
Yeah, this is the general.
Great wisdom!
We heal as one.
There's a big circle that just keeps getting bigger. Bigler. It's a circle that gets big. It's bigler, obviously.
Hold it together!
I'm neither here nor there. Time to do some
CC.
real damage.
Hit him. Death Star laser beam. Hit him with all the shooties and.
Keeping
touchdown.
trail and
There it
taking
goes.
names. Focus. We need to focus. I'll keep it vulnerable. You
Is
take
it Sorrow or the Demon Knight? Like 9 of the first 10 I did. I think like the first 8 I did were all the Demon Knight. I didn't know there was Sorrow until I was watching Mukluk. Was it Mukluk? No, it was Taja. Taja playing. She'd never seen anything but Sorrow. Now I think I'm like 2 or 3 in a row. I've had Sorrow. It's Sorrow again. Shit. I am not enthused. Sorrow is much, much more difficult.
I'm in trouble. Bad shape here.
See? See?
Rise and serve. Up on your feet.
I'm currently a mote. My soul's been separated from my body, and as soon as Zoja gets around to it, I'm back. I think. Yes, I'm back. But I was invincible. She's just awful. Not Zoja. Well, yeah, Zoja too, actually. But Sorrow is just brutally so much more difficult.
Much better.
Constant CC and stuff. Okay, I got a bunch of
I'm too smart.
energy. Take that, Zoja.
Let me raise you up.
Barriers, now!
Every 10%, Sorrow drops essence, and Zoja can only be essence healed during this phase. During the earlier phases, crap, she can be healed by just a healer. But now the only way to heal her is with essence. And this fight is just hugely more difficult with Sorrow. than the demon. Sorry, I was about to give up another batch.
Another.
They'll have to hit much harder.
I'll grab a bunch and get some healing to her, and then I'll head back for another batch. Alright, we got our Zoja all the way healed back up. Good. 75%. Sorry, I was going to take off now. And every 25% she takes off. Every 10% she drops a bunch of essence. Every 25% every 25% she moves. I feel the healing energy flow through my veins, and I rose. Sorta, you know. And essentially, if you're going to be serious about making open world legendary armor, you're going to need to do convergences 3 days out of the week. You have to do it at least once a day, 3 days out of the week, because you get an extra chest the first time, then 2 chests, I think, and then 3 chests, or may just be 1 chest, and 1 chest extra each time. But they're needed, as that's the single best half hour spent in terms of efficiency by far. Man, I can't see shit. Pain everywhere. Stop whining, Zoja. The rest of us are managing. Deal with it.
Sand, shield us.
If you can manage and get behind Sorrow, the CC is slightly less onerous. Onerous. Bad. Zoja's not in bad shape. I have seen her a couple of times. The worst I've ever seen Zoja actually was under 20%, and that was against the demon. That was not the best group I've been part of. That's the CC that's just brutal to deal with.
Hold it together. I feel good.
Alright.
Not enough energy.
Zoja, have some healies.
Maybe I was the illusion all along.
She's playing kickball with me. She bumps me up in the air and then charges in my direction. Zoja's not in a great way, but we're about to phase Sorrow. She'll move and give us a bunch of essences.
I could outrun a centaur.
Oh, I heal off. That was crap. All right. And I've got no charges. That does not make me feel good. I did take an unnecessary risk. Try to run between a couple of the whirlwinds of fire. Didn't work out great for me. I fell down, go boom. Not gonna make it. Not gonna make it. Yay. Flat enough space for me to get. Updraft space, and here we go again. Zoja is at 1/3 health off, so a bunch of other people are dropping in. Oh god, rotating. Oh no, that was somebody's pet. Thought Sorrow could summon those rotating beams. Oh, there she is. Knocking everyone around again.
Replenishing.
in trouble. Soldier's at about a third health. Man, we have got
That one for days.
about a quarter health. Oh, shit. We could fail.
Knowledge is
Hope somebody who's better than me can get there with more healing than I can. I've got some charges. We're not in a great place. We could fail. I have not failed this yet, but it does happen. God, this continual, non-stop CC is just so awful. It is maybe the most, it's certainly the most annoying boss in the game that I've ever faced. As far as multiplayer content goes, anyway. I hit the heal. Thank you. All right. Everyone, now would be a good time for everyone to grab a bunch of stuff and make Zoja feel like we all love her. We don't, but make her feel like we love her.
Let me raise you up. Feel the healing energies flow through your
All right, I'm feeling better about our odds now.
It's making its way to the center island. We can end this here and now.
Yeah, this is not going to be a fast time.
Vulnerable.
We're almost 30 minutes. And last night we were done in 21. But we've got Zoja at full health. I'm carrying some I got 15 charges with me. So presumably we'll get over there and she'll take a little damage and I will drop those on her. Help heal her. And we are in good shape now, I think. Certainly a lot better shape than we were. And there's Sorrow doing her thing. I'll let Sorrow finish up and then I'll come in and I'll give my healing bits. There we go. Nice chunk of healing.
Rocket punch.
Man, I can't see shit. Alright. Everybody, just grab a handful and get over to Zoja.
Let me raise you up. Feel my wrath.
Okay, Zoja's at full health. We should be fine. That was getting dicey there for a bit.
Attacking enemy target.
Excellent time.
Rocket punch. Impressive
More
combination.
essences.
Shield to the bone.
Replenishing. I could use a hand over here.
I'm an orb again. I'm a human again. God, this CC is so miserable an experience. Oh my god. Thing is this fight is way tougher and more annoying than the Demon Knight, but frankly, realistically, this is a half-hour long fight. It should be.
My toes might
what
be tingling, but
They
at
should
least
do is
that's
make
a
the
few
Demon
less
Knight
of
tougher,
Edward's grunts clawing
or
at
add
our feet.
other tough bosses, or
Let's
better
head
yet,
home.
just add extra loot to Sorrow. If you get Sorrow, it's a bad luck, good luck thing. So, 32 minutes. 21 minutes it took us last night. Same boss. Yeesh.
Sweet, sweet loot.
You see things like we got 250 essences of despair. We got a bunch of essences of greed. Gotta be getting close. Yeah, we're up to 750 essences of triumph. 15 champion boxes, so that's a bunch of other crafting materials. So it's worth it, especially if, like me, you want to eventually make open world legendary armor. But it's a long fight. It's a haul. A lot more haul at 32 minutes than it was at 21. So I'll be swapping over to one of my low-level characters, and now I'll be running around in a low-level zone. Instead of doing the latest, toughest, actually failable, and somewhat tense fight, we'll be doing a dawdle. And everything, that's everything. Let's go ahead and park ourselves between the bank and the auction house here in the Wizard's Tower. Yay, and where are we at? We are at 1,285 out of 1,300. At some point we're going to have to spend some goodies here. I think next up I'm going to get all of the dark sanctified weapons, which are actually way cooler than the ones we had last season. As these have a cool, slightly sinister red glow. The other ones were, you know, they were golden and pretty, but they didn't have any sort of special visual effect with them. This sort of slightly sinister crimson glow. Yeah, they're cool. I already got the other stuff here at the top. Oh, except for the infusion. I do need the infusion as well. Back to character select. And my little level 13 Guardian. A half hour is a long freaking fight. Give me just a sec. I'm going to refill my cup because it runneth under. And we can't have that.
Let's see the color of your coin.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I'm back. Alright. And what we'll do is we've got a rest of the first map here to complete. And we want to catch 5 events throughout the whole map. As that will bring with it. Got that one, right? Yep. The completion of a special event that's going on. Now, I'm not sure if I will get access to it or not. I know it's a once per account event where basically you get you can choose any weapon and get a leveling version of it, an exotic leveling version of it. It has everything the regular exotic would have, except it levels with you, and it does not have any sockets for improvements, but it's great for leveling. I have one. I have the two-handed sword. But I'm not clear if I can get another one, because this is a New Year's worth of event. They've done this event a couple of years ago, and it was 1 per account. And I don't know if that gets recycled with...
Ho and below! The Windmill King wants to fight a dragon. Bring out the forsooth, you have met your match, dragon.
But it turns out I am not a dragon. No, I am an evil magpie.
Hurts, doesn't it?
You betwixt me, you evil magpie. You're not a dragon.
Told you, I'm not a dragon. It turns out he's right. I'm not actually a dragon. Scrit!
You're on your own.
I don't remember the script saying you're on your own. I have hit another level. That's 14. Dun, 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 dun. A new hat. I have a tradition when I'm leveling up a character or doing a key farm. I get a new item of attire. I get new random dies. That's not a great look right there, so the random dies will be just fine, thanks. That's almost as boring. Okay.
A little help here.
Turn back on player names.
We'll put the bomb here. The ceiling looks weak.
How long is the fuse?
How fast can you run?
Go, go, go! This place is about to come down around our ears.
And that should be one event. Yep, one event. Oh, I already finished this heart. Duh, I did? I did. Silly wabbit. Twix are for kids. Alright, time to kill some boars. Oh, got another event. Well, I didn't get any hits on anything. That's a whole lot of undead thingies. Got a couple of necromancers running, I guess. Noob necromancers. Like 3 or 4 of them? Good evening. I'll dart in. This is me darting. This is as close to darting as I can get. Grab the POI. So we'll see. My guess is that 5 events won't get me anything, which will make me sad, but not surprised. Scrits! Lots and lots of scrits!
Good show. I didn't know I was familiar any of those movies.
I will let them escort that the rest of the way. I should get credit for the event and some XP while I go back here and finish out the heart here. Way here to get to the heart is to kill the boars, reset the traps. Res the hunters, although resing the hunters has a tendency to aggravate every boar in the area code. Not this time, though. Good. Hey, I revived allies. That's extra XP. the adventure guide in place that they put in place like a year. At the same time, I think they brought out the Steam release. Definitely speeds up leveling and also teaches useful skills to new players. Stuff that they wouldn't know about otherwise. And if you're leveling, it's a good use of XP. Good extra XP, I should say. Let's see, setting the foothold traps and killing the boars. Rezzing the hunters if you, if you can. Sorry. You guys, I'm just getting all choked up. You know. I'm just an emotional type. Heart complete. We did Beetleton, okay. We did not do the hero point there, nor did we do the heart. One of the worst hearts in the game, depending on how many people are around. If nobody else is around, it's fine. It's annoying, but no worse than that. If there are a number of people around, it can be awful. This one. Oh, good. Come on, come on. There we go. The brackish scales is the fastest way to do it. Trying to do the crab bit is an exercise in futility. But that's about the only exercise I get. Sorry. There's the Pygmy Moa event. I got a gold medal on that, I'll have you know. Let's see. No. No. Come on. So that's a trident. And that's a spear. All right, that's what I thought. I can use that. The new hammer is almost certainly better. It's significantly better. And I got butter off a mob again. I always find that kind of creepy. I normally never carried butter in my daily doings, regardless of the nature of those doings. Oh, we got space for another. Utility skill. We should have hero points to get the bow. Signets, I think. Yep. And we'll drop one of the signets. No, we'll drop the bow. So it's going to be a casual, low-energy stream from here. I know it's been an incredibly terse and tense stream so far. But this is just going to be casual leveling, similar to what you would see if I was doing a key farm. But this character already completed their key farm. And they graduated to being a keeper. A character who will not be deleted. Well, I mean, someday maybe. Well, I'm just the man to put you to sleep. Do be careful, however. If you fall asleep face first on your keyboard, you can awaken with what I have dubbed QWERTY face, where the letters Q, W, E, R, T, Y are impressed upon your face. I came up with that waking up with the impression of a bunch of keys on my face. I didn't want to kill the toxic ooze or the other toxic ooze. I didn't want to kill any toxic ooze. I got nothing against toxic oozes. Stop evading, you little puke. Okay, now I have something against toxic oozes. Little bastards evade all the time. Yeah, I think we've got enough brackish scale to finish. One more, maybe? Yay? Yay. So, if nobody else is around, this heart's not too bad. We have done this heart, but not the hero point here. The strong man from the circus. Or carnival. Whichever it was. You gonna summon him, Freiburg? There you go.
I'm too old to kick your tail?
I think you are too old to kick my tail, old man.
Beat me and take home a prize.
Especially with my necromancer friends.
I can't believe it.
Meat puppet, elite meat puppet beat me up. Another heart for me. I have no concern. I'm more than willing to beat up the elderly. Wait. Does that mean I'm hitting myself? A busier map? Sure, let's go to a busier map. Ta-da! A busier map. But I will repeat for any of the new joiners, if you are owner of Guild Wars 2, but don't have all the expansions, all of the expansions except the latest are on very large sale right now. I'm not a shill. I don't get any money. If you run out and buy, I don't have a code that will send me part of the change. I just like the game and want more people to play. But I will, I guess, is it shilling if you're doing it for nothing and they don't know and don't care? The first two expansions are $7.50, and that opens up the base game is free, but buying the expansions adds a whole bunch of stuff. You get a bunch of character slots, you get the expansions Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire, and for $7.50. It is an extraordinary deal for the amount of content you're getting. And if you've never purchased it, you can try it out free to play. And I think for 2 weeks, the sale is going, I think. I'm not positive about that. Might be shorter. Definitely check on it yourself. And you can get everything except the latest expansion, including the 4 Living World seasons, for $50 instead of $100. If you bought it yesterday, it was $100. Today, it's $50. That's everything but the latest expansion, and is a ridiculously good deal. Living World seasons Season 1 is free already for everyone. But this gets you 2, 3, 4, and the Iceberg Saga, which basically is 5.
We live on.
And that opens up the glider, elite specs, mounts.
For me.
I think it's 50% off at least for everything except the latest expansion. And if you're already a player, there's big buffs to XP and Magic Find and World v World and PvP progress. What the hell is it called? Track progress. So if you've never played, now's a great time to start. If you've played, but been waiting for a sale, now's your time. If you've never played, give it a try. And if you're a PvP or World v Worlder, extra track progress, that much extra track progress is nothing to sneeze at either. Another hard complete for me. And let's see, I think the 28th, we have the beta for everyone who can access the game. Free to play, paid, everything, nothing at all. For the new weapon masteries, which will be very cool. Some of them look especially tasty. The sword Necromancer looks really good. As a, I hesitate to use the word main because I've got 4 alts for every class. But as a Guardian main, the Guardian pistol, well, let's just say it's got me sporting a 6-shooter. Okay, I made that uncomfortable. I'm sorry. Pistol Guardian. Oh, yes. Yes, please. And make it a double. Wow, the Ettins are being quite agreeable this evening. So far. Hey, this character is currently greatsword and longbow. Works really well for leveling so far. The sword Necro looked really cool. It'll be interesting to see what they do with the pistol for Elementalist. Seems like the Ettins all want to fight today. First 2 just wanted to run off and beat up centaurs. Now they all want to fight. Let's go kill some centaurs then. Burn, baby, burn. Oh, I fell on my keys.
We go where we will. Take what we will. Kill who we will.
Hi, guys. You all moved out of my swords. That was just wrong on so many levels. Stop running away, you jerk. I mean, you've got 4 legs, so I do understand why you might want to run away. It is kind of to your advantage. But still, jerk. I'm expecting one more Etten should do. Hi. Oh. One more Etten. Fine. Part complete. We are 61% done with the map.
These monks and their theolo...
Yeah. Another level for me. 17. New shoulder pads. That means another new dye selection. Oh, this is going to be levels. Here we go.
Just one more confirmation.
It's
of
level
how
18.
Great I am.
Yep. More XP there. We use all of those. Put those goodies away. That goes there. We can't use that.
Now I shall break you.
We can't use that. What the hell did I do? Not as good as what I'm already wearing. Not as good as what I'm already using.
This is most remarkable.
My first shoulder pads. Baby's first shoulder pads. And that means, of course, another dye layout here. And now we're appalling. There we go.
Congratulations to me.
We should have more points. More points for more sigils. No, not that. We want signets. Damn it. Janet. Signets. 4. We can't add that one till like level 31, I think. 31 is an elite skill. But we will now start saving up points. Let's see. Signet of Mercy, Wrath. Yeah. Knockdown, Defiance Break. That sounds tasty. Who doesn't like that? But we'll start saving up now. We're going to get a specialization in 2 levels, I think. Yeah, 2 levels. So we'll start pouring points into one of these here thingies. Virtues used to be freaking awesome for leveling. Symbols. Spirit weapons, gain additional casts and burn foes. That one used to be overpowered because it wasn't just their first strike that dealt additional damage. It was all of their strikes that dealt additional damage. Wielding a greatsword. Yeah, so we're going to want Zeal to get increased greatsword goodness. Oh, more hero points. How pleasant. We'll go ahead and start spending points. Yep, in Zeal. Oh, we can't even train them until 21. Okay, 21 will pour all of our existent points into zeal. We'll become zealots. Or possibly zealous. It's one of those two for sure. Possibly both. We will be zealous zealots. Let's take a moment to sell our crap.
So, Buka, how is that whole
Hi, Trent.
into a bunch of invisible
Would you like to buy all
beings
my crap?
for you?
I wouldn't mock others for odd beliefs.
Always a pleasure.
The world is a machine.
Is it actually always a
Yes.
pleasure? I'm
It's a
dubious.
terrific structure to be studied and understood.
How can you study something as big as the world when your
Whoever
own golem
decided
ran
to
off?
stay here, the swamp must really hate
It didn't run off.
It's so huge.
This heart is miserable. And it is intolerably bad if there are other people around. Unless, like, people are kind and make sure everyone else gets to poke a portal and whack the mobs. Because they need to increase the percentage gain you gain from everything. What torments you? All of these need to give, like, that was what? 3% or something. They all need to be giving at least 1% more. 2 would be better. It's just so slow going.
Time to fight. Time to do some real damage.
And I don't think there's any event that speeds this one up, making it even more miserable. Of all the hearts, this one may be the worst.
Hurts, doesn't it?
But every map that has hearts has one or two that are just miserable. I like to think there was one designer who just absolutely hated every person who played the game.
Lethal combination.
And
I
that way
like
it's all to blame on one person who left the company. And probably went on to become, something horrible like a serial killer or a venture capitalist. We'll get the POI and the Vista. We're 67% done with the map. I know, the horror. And I'm in Silicon Valley. I personally have never been at the mercies of the VC, but I have a lot of friends who have been. Actually, much worse are the vulture capitalists, if you're familiar with that term. Those are the ones who buy companies and then intentionally just carve them up and sell off the parts for more money, destroying jobs, economies in local areas. The vulture capitalists are much worse than the venture capitalists. At least a VC is putting their money where their mouth is. Let's see, will I be able to grab the hero challenge without waking up Mom, the Marsh Drake? Somebody woke up Mom. I will take advantage of the commune and then I'll help the person with the Marsh Drake. Unfortunately, it's the way I am. And then I'll take advantage of being underwater and choose there. historically, I've actually known some people who, because they were parts of successful companies, did very, very well indeed. The venture capitalists, of course, did better. In most cases. See, I worked with Pierre Omidyar at this company, actually, General Magic. And Pierre Omidyar would be better known as the guy who invented eBay. In fact, for a while, it ran on his own computer, which he kept under his desk. Which meant, while working on various stuff, meant I crawled on the floor, working on other stuff, right next to eBay. The one computer that was eBay. He did okay for himself. And at least I can safely say was a really good guy, and he's given enormous amounts, billions, to charity. He's one of the good guys. Nice, quiet, smart as hell. It's always nice to see one of the good guys knock it out of the park. A good friend of mine was employee number 9 or 11 at a networking company, Juniper Networks. And basically after they IPO'd, he retired and went into working with nonprofits, doing filming for them, for their documentaries, their promotional stuff, doing it all for free because he didn't have to work anymore. And what he chose to do is find charities that he liked and help them. Give them money, yes, but even more so. So traveling the world to various impoverished places where these people were doing good works and, you know, filming them doing their thing. Showing everyone.
Watching over you.
The value of that particular charity. And Jim, definitely one of the good guys. You ran off, dude. You could get credit for this one too, you know. Oh well. But I have certainly seen more than my share of enthusiastically acquisitive assholes in Silicon Valley, as you would expect. Any place with that much money is going to produce a lot of genuine, deep-seated, to-the-bone assholes. And, yeah, plenty of them. You asshole. Talking to the Tamini Archer, he's not actually a Silicon Valley asshole. As far as I know, might be.
Time to do some real damage.
Holy crap. Yeah. I've been living here for 35 years in Silicon Valley now. Had to do the math. I came in after, but not long after, the real golden years. the years were still pretty great. Another level, that's 20. It wasn't at all uncommon for there to be Friday beer bashes in a lot of workplaces where the company would bring beer. And it sounds like it'd have to be a disaster, but the amount of work that got
I
done
was
at those things was
manufactured to the
ridiculous.
highest standards.
The number of people that you've been looking for all week, you finally get a hold of them at the happy hour. And remarkably, I don't ever remember of any serious, like, drunk driving accidents or anything afterwards. Generally speaking, it's a lot more corporate now. There's still a lot of cool places you can work and a lot of amazing stuff being done. That's for sure. Oh, Tamini. I need one more. This one will do. It's another heart, 74%. Well, it does depend. It depends a lot on the work. A lot of work, you know, if you're working, say, a factory floor, there's no room for grab ass because somebody's going to lose a limb. But if you're working a, you know, 60-hour week and it gets to Friday afternoon, everyone would like to blow off a little steam. Going to the beer bash, having a couple of beers, some nice hors d'oeuvres. You know, I worked at a place where I used to say that they weren't really a tech company. What they were was a free food and t-shirt company. And at this point, I hold up one of my pieces of swag from General Magic. Really, really nice shirt, by the way. And when I was working, a couple of the jobs at least, most days I spent 10 or 12 hours at work. And so if you're spending that much time at work, you're spending a lot of time with your coworkers. A lot of them you'll become close friends with, and I'm still friends with guys I worked with 35 years ago. But if you're spending that much time, you spend a lot of time in, you know, close proximity. And it becomes a lot more friendly and collegial. Oh yeah, for sure. That was not a thing back then. In my case, I would get to work, depending on which job, between 11 and 1 in the afternoon. And the reason is because I needed to work on stuff when people weren't around. Either the personal computers or, you know, the server systems, all that kind of stuff. I needed to do it when no one was around. So a large part of my work had to take place in the evenings, which I was fine
Time to
with.
do some real damage.
But it also means that there weren't a lot of people around. It was largely, although not exclusively, a young male environment. So in a lot of ways, I have said that it was more like a fraternity. You know, a relatively straight-laced fraternity than it was like a workplace from time to time. A friend of mine at that time was working in Chicago for IBM in the Sears Tower, the IBM floors of the Sears Tower. And for his birthday, I sent him a 12-pack of his favorite beer. And he realized what it was and had to take it down to his car immediately because he could get terminated for having it even wrapped as a present on the premises. I didn't know that when I sent it to him. And he was, I can get fired for that. What do you do? And you can get fired for having it in that kind of package in the job? He goes, yeah, well, what's it like where you are? I go, dude, I don't just drink on the job. I drink on the company nickel. And that was true.
To me!
So, Silicon Valley then was a very,
Time
very
to do
different
some real
place.
damage.
One of the reasons that, work-life balance was often out of whack is we did a lot of the what would otherwise be life stuff with our coworkers, often at work.
Pick up a training sword if you want to train. Wouldn't want anyone getting hurt.
It's Thursday night or Friday night.
Good. I can finally
Some of my coworkers want to go out for drinks or go to one of the clubs.
Release your shot until the order is given.
I get the pager, I go with them.
You'll find everything.
Tell me more.
Take aim.
Come on. That's way too slow.
Let me take aim.
Try attacking me as I lower my guard.
Hold.
Hold.
Fire.
Good start.
Not bad.
Let's see the color.
That
of
rifle
bad
is
at all.
property of the Seraph.
Let's keep at it.
You can't just walk off with it.
So certainly an atypical work environment, but not that atypical for Silicon
Pick up a
Valley
rifle
at the
and
time.
get in formation. Remember, don't release your shot until the order is given.
Hold.
Come on. That's way too slow.
Hold.
Try attacking me as I lower my guard.
Fire.
So the least interesting part in the game.
Not bad
This
at
one.
all. Let's keep at it.
Not difficult, just boring. Take aim.
Take aim.
See? Hold.
Hold.
What do you need?
Hold.
Fire.
Fire. Not bad.
Come on. That's
Not
way
bad at
too
all.
slow.
It's property of the
Let's
Try
Seraph.
keep at it.
attacking
You
me
can't
as I
just walk
lower
off
my
with
guard.
it.
Wouldn't want anyone getting hurt.
And it's always been an interesting place,
Game.
Silicon Valley, to live. Since I moved here anyway.
Obey the law and
Hold.
you'll have no
I
problem.
mean, I've got friends now who work doing incredibly cool things at cool places. AI at Google.
Hold.
You'll never block me like that. Try
Fire.
Come on. That's way too slow. Try attacking me as I lower my
Not
guard.
bad at all.
Particularly interesting
keep
given
at it.
everything that's been going on at OpenAI over the last couple of days with that clusterfuck.
Take aim.
Balthasar
They
strength.
surprise fire their CEO, and 500 people say they're going to quit if he's not brought back.
Hold.
You'll never block
How to kill your company in a weekend.
raising your shield just as I
Fire.
Pick up a rifle and get in formation.
Not bad at all.
Remember, don't release your shot until the order is given.
The board of directors hasn't really told anyone really why they fired him,
Come on.
so nobody
Way too
really
slow.
knows to make any
Try
judgment.
attacking me as I lower my
Whole
guard.
thing's just incredibly weird. Not just for Silicon Valley weird, just weird.
May Balthazar strengthen you.
Hold. Hold.
Another weird thing about Silicon Valley
Pick up a
is
rifle
how
and
much
get
of
in
it
formation.
operates on
Not bad at all.
Don't release your
the
shot until the order is
old-fashioned
given.
6 degrees of separation, 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon type stuff,
Take aim.
where you're looking for a job at a new place. You ask your friends who's hiring,
You'll never block me like
and
Try raising
it's not who you know to get the job, but who you know to get your resume on the right guy's desk. That's really important.
Not bad. Not bad at
Who
all.
you know won't get you a
keep at it.
job. Who you know will get your resume on the desk of the person who's hiring, though. And that's the first step.
Take
Pick
aim.
up a training sword if you want to train. Wouldn't want anyone getting hurt.
And if I needed to contact someone at a company, the odds were I knew somebody who knew somebody there who could get me in contact with the right person. And if I had a problem with a
Not bad at all. Let's
piece
keep
of
at it.
software or something, I'm 2 degrees away from like one of the 2 or 3 degrees of separation from one of the engineers working on it. Get something fixed.
Hold.
For years, I said it's a really small valley, given the number of people who work here and everything. It's so strange how connected everything
Not
is.
bad at all. Let's keep at it.
Let's not keep at it. Because I'm done.
Let's see the color of your coin.
Take aim.
I could outrun a centaur.
We are off to our next destination. So Silicon Valley's always been a weird place to work. And that still holds true today. Mostly good, but some bad too. We are 88% done with the map. But I think I've only caught 2 events. I need 3 more to find out if I can get the freebie. Definitely. Especially if you enjoy various ethnic foods. There are a lot of the various ethnic foods in the area. Unsurprisingly, we have great food available. Incredible Chinese restaurants, Indian restaurants, and Mexico and Central American restaurants. Just freaking great. I understand why the rest of the country, everyone loves.
I want more food. Eat your family.
I'll take some of the sludge and get out. I'm out. Loves Chipotle. It's because it's a nice burrito for a reasonable price. But in this area, you can't swing a dead gato without hitting some great little taqueria with out-of-the-world food. 92% done. I don't think I've done this hero point here. Oh, we also got our Ertz unguent. We have to eat it. It's not recommended.
Wrong choice.
Aren't you dead yet? Franklin Quickblade? You're almost dead. And you're dead. 95% done. All right, which ones did we miss? We missed a Vista, 2 POIs. That's it, Vista and 2 POIs. That was one of them. There and there. What Vista? Which Vista? Ruh-roh. Over at the dam. How did I miss that one? Now I feel like a dope. Possibly because I'm a dope. grab this. Touchdown. Grab as well. And we got one more POI and one more Vista. And we'll see if we get lucky and get a key. Ooh, exciting. About a 1 in 3 chance. I think it's 30%. Pardon me. I insist you pardon me. Fine, you don't have to pardon me. Almost there. All right, up there. How did I miss that one? Oh, yeah, that's one I've missed before. That one's actually pretty easy to miss. All right, last thing, the Vista. I'm 21. We can start putting points in. I have 15 to put into Zeal. It was Zeal, wasn't it? Zeal. And we'll slot Zeal.
Even after she lost her husband.
Yeah.
Zealot's Resolution. Aegis grants boons when it ends. Fury. That's pretty good. Zeal increases strike damage to burning foes. Gain might when your virtue skill 1 passive effect triggers. Gain more might while wielding a scepter. We'll go with that one and then that. All right. We have begun our first specialization. We'll nab this Vista. Drum roll, please. We are. And yes, thank you. The Explorers Society congratulates me for finding everything in the map. Give me a key. I deserve one. But I don't get one because I don't really deserve one. I'm kind of a stinker. So, level 22. The game gods have mocked me. They have mocked me.
Affirmative.
I'm wounded by their mockery. Still, good evenings. 7 levels. No, 9 levels. Math is hard. I have no idea why math would make difficult in this. But it does remind me, do I have the dream? I do have the Dreambound Greatsword. This is the one that I got the previous time this event was available, and I should be using it here because it's exalted quality and way better than what I'm using it at auto levels. Plus, it's actually kind of pretty.
Affirmative.
Sell my crap. And I think I'm going to call it an evening here. I don't think I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to take a day. I'm sure my drinking a great deal of alcohol tonight will have nothing to do with that. I will be back on Thanksgiving to provide warmth and charm and conviviality to my viewers who maybe don't have anyone else to hang out with. So I'll be back on Thanksgiving at my usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Might be a little early. Probably playing on Thanksgiving. Yes, I'll be back. I normally am here for all the big holidays. Your Thanksgiving, your Christmas Eve, your Christmas, New Year's. I'm so alone. Actually, I'm not. My brother's like an hour up the road. But I like hanging out here. I'm providing a useful I was going to say intelligent, friendly voice, but my voice anyway, to anyone who is alone. But I'll be back. My service, hey, it works both ways. I enjoy hanging out with you guys. So I will be back on Thursday at the usual time, or if not, I will post in Discord.
Good to meet you.
Probably more Guild Wars 2, but who knows? There are a couple other irons in the fire. DDO, Grim Dawn, the new Lotro expansion.
Watch over you.
Maybe even more back to SWTOR. Who knows? Whatever I feel like. It's a man's old fart's prerogative to change his mind. I hope you had some fun tonight. Normally, I would say I hope the rest of your week goes great and all that stuff, but in this particular case, hopefully you can get through Wednesday, and for my American viewers, which is most of you, I expect, hopefully you get at least a nice 4-day weekend out of it, knock on wood.
Good to meet you.
So, I'll be back on Thursday. Hopefully you'll see me soon.
Yes?
Hope the rest of your night goes great. I hope you have a long 4-day weekend that kicks ass. Don't eat too much on Thursday. Back in a couple. Have a great night tonight. Take care, and ciao for now. Good night, guys.